Well, my best friend, my little dog, died last night. And we buried her this morning. I'm really going to miss that little girl. Had her for about 15 years. Anyway, we buried her right here under this big cedar tree. So I guess what I'm going to do is probably try to build up a little flower bed right here. Something that just kind of a remembrance for her. She's been right by my side for so many years. She's been like my little shadow. Anyway, I knew eventually it was going to come because of her age. But I just didn't want it to. Okay, so right now, yeah, everything is really a mess out here after all the rains we've had. I've got this onion bed of green onions. And I'm fixing to use my scissors and cut all the tops off. Put them in that pan right there. Take them in and put them in the dehydrator. There's so much that needs to be done out here. Mowing and cutting and picking and you name it. But with all the rain, it's just been pretty bad. Pretty hard to get out here. All these things, radishes and a couple kinds of lettuce. I'm not sure even what I even planted. But what I'm going to do is cut all these big leaves off. Clean them up good and dehydrate them flat. And use them like cabbage. Because these leaves are really big and thick. They're very, very thick. And anyway, try to use them like cabbage for cabbage rolls. The peas are growing good. The rain hasn't hurt the peas, that's for sure. They're up tall. This fence wire is about 3.5 feet tall. And you can see that the peas go up above that. And they're blooming. And if I look close, I could probably find some pea pods. I don't know. Got tomatoes blooming. I cut off the bottom leaves of them the other day, but it looks like I need to cut some more off. To make sure they don't get blight. I've planted squash all the way down through here. But it looks like the only ones that came up were the ones right in the middle of the bed. But they're big and they're healthy looking. When I planted them, I put diatomaceous earth down in the soil to help kill any bugs that were in the soil. So I might as well go around here and look at my daylilies. They're so pretty. Daylilies, I love daylilies. And these are really starting to bloom. There's buds back here and over there. Of course, the yuccas are blooming like crazy. And actually, those flowers, when they first bloom, you can eat them, and they're pretty good. Chop them up on a salad. And as soon as they drop off and the little seed pods come along, if you catch them, you've got a very small window of opportunity to get these things. But you can catch the seed pods right when they come on. They're tender and green. You can fry them up like okra. Also the stalk, all these are blooming, so you can't see the stalks, but the stalk, it looks like a big old asparagus. And when it first comes up, you can also cut it and cook it just like asparagus. It's huge. But so it only takes 2 or 3 to make a whole meal out of it. I don't know if any of you have these pretty little purple flowers growing wild in with your gardens. This is called Venus Looking Glass, which is a really pretty name, I think. And they're right pretty little flower. They come way up on that stalk, one at a time. And if you'll notice the leaves on these, come on now, focus. The leaves are what they call clasping, which means the leaf base goes all the way around the main stem. And that's one way you can recognize them. No apples. Not going to have any apples this year. Peaches, some of these have fallen off, but the rest of them are really, you can see the yellow peaches down there that hit the ground. But, well, I'll probably get enough for maybe a couple of pies or a batch of jam or something. I spent so little time out here lately that everything just looks awful. I'm going to have to schedule myself a little better. I mean, I'm retired, so there's no reason why I can't be coming out every day and doing a little something. There's blueberry bushes down in these weeds, but they're hard to see because they're overgrown, even though I've pulled weeds away from them. Here's my grapevines. They didn't bloom this year. I do like the look of them, though. I'm not going to do any pruning on them. I'm just going to let them go. Let them do whatever nature wants to do with them. Looks like the chickens got into my pea patch over here. They can do a lot of damage, a little bit. But these plants are fairly well established, so they'll be okay, I think. I'll just have to push them back over against this trellis. Let them grow up that trellis. I wish I could just fence this yard in and just let the goats eat, but I know they'd eat everything, including the fruit trees and the blackberries. They'd eat it all. So, I don't want them to do that. Pepper plants seem to be doing okay.